The temptation to shop online at work is significant, but doing so may expose your company to significant cyber risk. For Tech Republic and ZDNet, I'm Dan Patterson with Edgewise Network CTO Harry Sevlov. Harry, shopping at work it's a pretty understandable behavior, but it could also expose your company to risk. How do employees, or how does human behavior potentially cause companies cyber risk?
Well, certainly, there once was a time where we might have said to employees, don't use your work computer for personal use, but the truth of the matter is everybody does it. And with an estimated 50% of holiday shopping is going to occur online this season, it's almost impossible not to allow, or at least not to have that situation where employees are going to be doing personal shopping. And effectively, that's basically saying that your employees are opening the front door, the electronic front door, to letting almost anyone in as they're shopping. And so one of the things that companies need to start realizing is whether employees are at home, in a coffee shop, or in the office, they're just as likely to be a risk to the network, regardless of that location.
And of course, in the age of bring your own device and mobility, we see employees using their own computers often for work, and that could leave a lot of sensitive data on the machines. Are there best practices for localizing or isolating sensitive information on a machine?
Definitely. And that's in fact one of the first key principles, which is you should be treating, or you being the company's IT, should be treating employee devices, whether it's their personal devices or work devices, they should be treating all of them as essentially hostile devices. Assume that the network itself is compromised, and they should be isolating employee access, whether it's from your smartphone or from your work computer or from your personal laptop. Not only should the laptop or the device be isolated from all of your critical assets, but you should be isolating at the actual application level. So the application, the user, has limited access to other resources on the company. And there's definitely technology today that lets you do that more granular than ever before.
And of course, employees can use their personal devices or work devices to shop any time of the year, but during the holiday season, there is a spike in retail around the world. What is the echo or the impact of a greater degree of shopping online during this season? What vulnerabilities does that cause, the spike cause?
Well, if you think about the two ways that attackers are getting in through employee use, if you will. The first is it's the websites you visit. And during the holiday time, we all visit more sites than we normally would. And so people Google coupons or sales or this or that, and they're much more liberal or less discerning about what sites they'll go to. And if a site is compromised, or they have embedded in them advertisements that are compromised, that system is at risk. But the second way that attackers get in is through what's known as spear phishing, where they're sending emails and they're tricking users to click on a link. Now, if you think about the holiday season, we're all making all these orders, we're all shopping, and so we're getting lots of different confirmation emails, our shipping status, our order status, and this is a ripe opportunity for attackers to send spear phishing. In fact, one of the recent ransomware attacks, Locky, that was very popular in 2016, is making a resurgence now by sending fake emails of shipping invoices. So we let our guard down a bit because we're expecting all these other new emails. And so again, it becomes just another ripe opportunity for attackers to get into your network.
And other than isolating local data and securing it, what can companies do to stay secure during peak shopping seasons?
Right. So this is, part of this is sort of chalk this up as another PSA or public service announcement, but it's so important. And the first and foremost thing is patch. Even just this month, Microsoft released over 50 security vulnerability updates. Adobe just released over 80. And this was a moderate patch month for them. So companies need to make sure that their user systems are patched. And if they're using their own devices if they can't do it by policy, to at least do it through encouraging the users, update your patches, apply security patches. That's the most important thing we can do. The second thing, go ahead.
Oh, no, keep going, Harry.
Well, the second thing is back up your devices. So one of the other challenges is, and we've seen this in the last couple of years, is the resurgence of ransomware. So it's not just that the companies are at risk of their employees losing their credit cards or their passwords, but if malware gets on the system, a very common attack now is that all of the data gets encrypted. And then you get these hijack responses. You have to pay Bitcoin. You have to pay essentially ransomware. Your systems are on. And so the second most important thing companies can do is back up their data. Always be backing up your systems. Do it daily, do it regularly, so that if a system does get compromised, you can wipe it out and restore. And then the third we kind of touched on earlier, which is isolate. Isolate not just the user systems, but the applications on that system, so that if it does get compromised, it can't spread to the rest of your network.
Harry Stedlove is the CTO of Edgewise Networks. Harry, I wonder if you could leave us with a forecast, a prediction looking into next year and beyond. Over the next 12, 18, 36 months, what types of cyber attacks and cyber threats can enterprise companies anticipate?
I think we're definitely going to see a continued growth of ransomware because it works and it is profitable. We're going to continue to see, we've seen so much personal information stolen in the last couple of years with a number of those high profile breaches, that we're going to start seeing companies attacked with credentials, with stolen things that have been compromised by users just browsing or online shopping. And so installing multiple factor authentication and techniques like that, I think, is going to be really critical for companies.